We are back for episode 2. And we are going to continue on where we left off last time. I just leased a corn header for the New Holland so we can get the other field behind our shop done. And I picked up this little thing to help us with the alfalfa field. Hey, what's going on, Harley? How you doing? So we got our old John Deere mower we're going to run a little later. And I'm going to take this bad boy up to get the sunflowers done. Let me know if the volume of the vehicle is excessive in comparison to my voice, because I know the last video I did, it was pretty hard to hear me with this thing running, so if it's too loud, let me know and I'll adjust the volume more. I did already, but hopefully it's not too bad. I also fixed the steering lag I was having problems with. I had forgotten there's a setting in the controller settings under the steering wheel where you can change the actual dead zone. So that's all sorted now too. So how are you doing today, Harley? I hope you're having a good Sunday. Hopefully you can hear me and I didn't mute myself or something. Oh, little nudge. Just making sure he was paying attention. Right. I am going to check something just in case. No, volume's up. Okay. So it should be... I should be producing sound. So... What's going on, Lois? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Taking my newly leased header along with my leased New Holland harvester to go do my sunflower field out behind the farm. It's good to hear, buddy. Good to hear. I'm doing alright. Just, continuing on, you know? That's cool, buddy. I did not get a PS5, I went with PC instead. And to be honest, I'm happier. I think I would have been disappointed on PlayStation in the long run with the limitations that you don't get on PC. Don't know what maps to play? What do you mean? You've got all the maps that you had on PS4, on PS5. Try them out. That's the best way, the best thing I can tell you. I mean, honestly, you know how it is. There's so many maps. You got to find the one that you'll enjoy. Because I've had people recommend me, you know, A, B, and C, and I didn't like any of them, and then I found a random one that no one recommended, and I ended up loving it. So. All right. Almost there. Yeah, exactly. I plan to try and get into that once FS22 drops. I've got the collector's edition with the modding tutorials and all that stuff on it. And I've been playing around with Blender and such. Alright, I need to unfold myself and this. And hopefully this has enough room to open. Should be fun. But yeah, we'll get this guy harvested, then I'll grab the trailer and get that up here. But I gotta get this going because here we go. Because we're running out of daylight. Then once I do a couple laps, I may leave a worker on it. I may not, but I will have to grab the trailer and one of the tractors so I can unload. And then I'm going to take the truck with the trailer down to pick up my new mower, and I'll drop that off at the field, the alfalfa field, so I can get that mowed up. And then once that's mowed, I think half of it I will silage, and then the other half I will turn into alfalfa hay, so I can give them kind of a mix. And then I do have a grass field somewhere that I'll also be hopefully doing some things to. We shall see. That lighting. That's good stuff. does look good. Can't wait to see how 22 turns out, you know? When it's actually here on the, you know, on the PC and playing it, not just screenshots, and we'll see how it actually is. I mean, I've got high hopes for it, but at the same time, you know, gotta be reasonable. But I think it'll turn out okay, and all the new, you know, features and stuff they're giving us right off the bat instead of having them be either mods or added later is kind of nice. And I think once I get here, we're going to turn around and go the opposite direction because it'll be easier to unload. So. Granted, I'm only about a little over halfway full, but I feel like it'll be easier in the long run than having to move it. So you can see our other two fields in the background that have straw all over them. I'll have to collect that at some point. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with bales or a loading wagon would be easier, but I'd almost like to have bales to have, you know, something to move around and be easier to, you know, separate it out. Plus, I don't know if the silo on here holds straw. It might, it probably does, but I'm not sure. We will find that out when I get to that point. Oh, and I'm missing little bits. Alright. have just come back around and gotten him later, but I think I would have bugged me in the long run, so we'll just grab him here before we go too far. God, that's a big field. It's gonna take a while. Oh. And I wasn't paying attention. Alright. Alright, we're gonna stop right here. We'll leave that lowered. That's out. And we'll shut this off. Now I gotta run and grab a tractor. Partial realism. A little bit of quick running never hurt anybody. Kinda want to take that, but I think we're gonna take this one, because this one's a little bigger. And then we don't have to worry about, oh crap, is that still attached? No, it wasn't. Alright. But we've got to get at least the majority of this harvested, if not as much as we can, because withering's on, and I don't know if it will survive. I mean, right, last I checked, it was on the first stage of, complete, but I don't know if it's gonna stay that way. Alright. I love these rolling trailers. They're so good. Let's make it through without hitting anything. Alright. Let's see if I get that right. There we go. Alright, so what I'll do, turn all the lighting on, but I'll turn the tractor off for now because it's already low on fuel. I am going to have to get fuel in it pretty quick. I don't know how this is doing on fuel. Yeah, 3/4, not too bad. I do have the fuel mod on, so that definitely helps. Um, oh, I didn't even drain it all out. I thought it was all drained. Yeah, whatever. Still got 800 in there, big deal. Doing it again. Hey, what's going on, Helene? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to episode 2 of my Realism-ish series. This will be my final, I know Harley was here for a minute, and Lewis was here. I don't think anyone else is in here right now, unless Harley's lurking. Yeah, Sundays aren't great, but it's the time that worked out for me, so. But yeah, basically, this will be my last live stream series or any FS19 content to put onto YouTube. And we'll see how 22 goes and go from there. No, last week was 3 hours, I think. My intention was to do this last night, but with everybody and their mother doing FS19 content last night with that big hoopla that was going on between all the kind of bigger players, I figured there's no point because either nobody'd see it or, I'd be combating everybody at the same time, so I figured I'd just do it today like I did last week and be semi-consistent. But yeah, I had a 3-hour, I think it was around 3-hour live stream last week. I just wanted to try something different or get something out, and I figured realism was the way to go, and semi-realistic. Got the manual attach and the realistic add-on and the traction control and the four-wheel drive controls and all that stuff, and different shenanigans. Come on, you can do it. One was dead? Like the channel was dead? Or you mean like nobody was in there because everyone was everywhere else? Yeah, I popped over. I was kind of jumping between them. I went into Farmer Cops for a very little bit, and then I was in Drivers for a little bit, and then I was in, oh God, I can't remember who else. I hit like 3 or 4 of them just for a little to see what was going on with it. And that's when I decided, because usually when I stream, I like to at least take a peek, see who's streaming, so I know what I'm going up against, if you will. Or if there's, in that case where there's so much going on, I figured it would just be kind of a shit show, even though it kind of is currently, but hey, whatever, A couple people swung in, you're here, let's chill. I'm just playing the game. No, I don't think you were. I didn't. I'm assuming just Sunday's a bad day because people are getting ready to go back to work, and then different time zones, and in some cases, depending on where they're located, they are at work. So Sunday's just kind of, I think, a crap day anyway, and then, but yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Like I said, I had a little success last week. It was actually funny. It got better. Yeah, but you gotta remember, I think it depends on your age, because, like, to me, he looks younger than I assumed he would, but I'm older, so, you know what I mean? I think it's comparison. Plus, I've seen him before because I'm pretty sure he was on the, um, crap, now I can't think of it. He was on, the Farm Sim show with DJ and Clutch. So I've actually seen him, and I think that was the first time he had run a face cam. I don't know if you saw it either. Mr. CLEP's been running a face cam the last couple videos, which I've seen him before too, a few times in his own videos and then on the Farm Sim show. But it's cool seeing him doing it with a face cam. Come on, sunflowers. You can do it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't really know what. I know it for like they were all kind of listed it as a competition and a collaboration, and when I went into everybody's different streams, like all it seemed like they were doing was playing like bumper cars with harvesters, and I was just kind of like, yeah, it didn't really. I mean, I don't know what the reasoning was or if they weren't. I'll tell you what, man, that man can tell a story. Mr. Sealy Pete, when it comes to farm sim content, if you want something that's quality, his stuff is quality. It really, really is. And the fact that he does what he does on console is, I give him props for, because he makes things work. You know, stuff that PC people take for granted. I've seen him do some series where, you know, he'll have to dig out a stream and he puts, you know, oats or something in there as close to ground as he can, but he makes it look legit. You know, he puts the time and the effort in and all. And I'll tell you, I mean, and it's different because I've just in switching to PC, like I've noticed the difference. Like I don't really care mods, you know, I have the mods I use, and if one comes out and if I catch it, that's cool. But like when I was on console, every single day, weekday, I would check the, you know, the Farm Sim website. I would usually watch DJ's Farm Sim news just to kind of keep up with what's going on, and I would watch Mr. Saley P's mod review if there were mods in there that I was curious about, because he actually goes through and tests everything. Like he tries it out, makes sure it works. You know, within reason, he can't test every piece of equipment with every tractor, every whatever. But I mean, he tests the equipment. He makes sure that, you know, he shows you how it sounds. He shows you the options on it. You know, he tells you how well it works or if he has any issues with it. So I mean, it's like a full-on review, and he does it for just about everything that comes out. So the fact that he puts that much time and effort into the mod reviews, whereas most people are like, oh hey, this came out, blah blah blah. You know, it's really good quality shit. But his let's plays are the only thing, and this is a problem with, you know, society today. Our attention spans are way too short. His let's plays tend to be, I would say, like 45 minutes to an hour per episode, but they're good episodes, and he really does. If you have the patience, or you know, you can break up an episode over 2 or 3 watchings. Definitely, it's good. Plus, he's funny too. He drops a lot of, like, I don't know, just some of his commentary is great. It's good stuff. Ah, that Matsy. Gotcha. Well, that explains a lot. But yeah, I've noticed that, you know, switching to PC, it's like I don't really pay that much attention to mods as much anymore. But then again, I mean, 19's about ready to end. Not to mention, you know, everything's been done. Although I do hope they keep some of the mods, or transfer some of the mods over that they've had for 19 into 22. Because some of them are just, they make the game so much better. Some graphical improvement mods, or, you know, like the manual attach and all kinds of stuff. The real dirt and the real dirt fix, you know. I love those too. God, definitely gonna need some fuel. Oh yeah, and then the realistic fuel usage, that's another one that, like, it's just great. God, this does take a while to unload though. Yeah, I have problems watching just about anything for any period of time at this stage. It has to be, usually the only times I can really watch certain things is a lot of it is more games, because I've been playing, you know, a lot of different stuff since I got the PC. Trying out games that I hadn't had the ability to because they weren't anywhere else. Yeah, definitely gonna be trying some more survival games and stuff. I might even put some on the channel, we'll see. Because I like survival games. Simulation and survival are probably my top couple of games. At least for types, you know, I mean, and obviously car games and stuff like that. But I find that simulators give me the realism, some car games give me the realism, and then the other main thing is like I said, survival games. Some of them, not all of them. I like I'd say, like, you know, your Green Hell, your Stranded Deep. They got a new one out that I want to try called Star Sand, which is like desert survival. Icarus looks interesting. And then if you want to go a little bit cheaper but still potentially good, they've got, you know, like Mist and Subsistence, which looks really good. And also The Infected. A little cheesy on the character aspect, but the building looks really fun and stuff. Let's see. That's cool. So, you're modding though, right? Are you doing edits, or are you doing like full-on mods? Well, survival games can be too, as long as it's not like a full-on... Oh my god. This whole header hitting the hedges thing. It's really stupid. Survival games can be that way. Like, one of my favorite things in like a survival game, as long as you're not, you know, running away from a creature, like sitting down after you've, you know, gathered some shit and you get yourself a little base going, or you get a little teepee or hut or something, and you sitting down cooking some form of meat or something on your little campfire, and just looking out as the sun's setting or something, you know? I mean, it depends on the game, because some are better than others, obviously. But what are you talking common relaxing, Mr. Drift? Drifting's not common relaxing. Not that I'm judging. Start off with that, it's not your... Yeah, I was looking at, so how do you do that? I mean, I know Giants Editor is a big part of it, but I mean, do you like take stuff from like Blender and import it, or do you like build it in Blender and import it? Because I've heard people who do stuff in Blender. So, can you build in Blender and transfer it to Giants Editor? Because I've been playing with Blender, because when 22 comes out, I want to dip my toes in the water and see if it's something I feel like I would want to learn. What's going on, Joseph? How you doing, buddy? But I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think, Joseph. It was you last week. It was you. You were the one I was talking about survival games with, right? I believe it was. But yeah, I mean, drifting's fun. I've played Warframe a bit. Granted, I played it on console. I don't think it's that different. And they've changed it a lot. When I played it, they didn't really have the spaceships. It was just kind of the missions and stuff. And then they added the spaceships, and I popped on there to do a couple things. But I didn't really get too far into it. But they had just released and were expanding on like the spaceships and the flying, and I think space combat was on its way or something. But Aw, come on. Where's your sense of fun? That's cool. Well, maybe I'll have to hit you up if I start dicking around with it. See, the thing, Blender, for me, Blender's, it's difficult, but it's not. Because it's like, I took 2 years of graphic design. I have an associate's degree in graphic design I got 15 years ago. So it's like, I knew how to run like Photoshop and Illustrator. Now granted, they're completely different programs, but there's similarities between a lot of the types of things. Like I know what sculpting is versus, you know, meshes and layering and stuff like that. I understand, you know, the differences there. I think the biggest difference with the 3D versus, you know, in the case of Photoshop or Illustrators, 2D, is that third dimension, and then making sure that shit all works with it. And then a lot of the different, I can't think of what, I've been watching a lot of Blender like tutorials and stuff, but modifiers and stuff like that, stuff that modifies after the fact. And I understand what they are in concept, I just don't know what all of them do, because there's so many of them with modifiers, and then adjusting the properties of modifiers and how they affect a particular mesh or a particular, you know, plane or whatever you want to call it. So, I thought that was you, Joseph. Yeah. I was just telling Halim about, you know, enjoying survival games and stuff, and I was like, maybe I'll throw one on the channel. I've been watching a little more of that Star Sand, Joseph. If you like the concept of desert survival, you should definitely check that one out. It's only 20 bucks on Steam. I mean, it's early access, so I don't think the game itself is complete, but what they have so far looks really good. It's getting dark. Need to finish this damn field so I can go. I bought myself a mower. I got that old self-propelled mower, not the one that, not the newer one that came out recently. I got the old school one, the ghetto one that's like 15 grand. But that thing's fantastic. I love that thing. I could see that to a degree, but then again, like I said, at where I have, when I was in college, we would have projects, and an average weekly project. Now, granted, you had 4 classes at a time, right? So an average weekly project in college would be, from start to finish, about 30 hours of actual time spent. Not like recommended, like I spent 30 hours from concept to completion per project, per class, within reason, because a lot of times, you'd have an English class thrown in there, so I'd have like 2 hardcore focused art classes with one that was English and one that was like art theory or something, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like all, but I mean at least 2 classes per God, I want to say season, it's not season, per semester were that way, that had the, the long amount of time spent on a particular thing. So it doesn't bother me spending a lot of time on something. I mean, driver's logo took me 30 hours, but then again, also I was rusty as hell and I had to basically relearn the program as I was doing it. And I still could have done a lot better, but, it wasn't a commission, it was just like a, hey, I'll give it a shot. If you like it, use it. If you don't worry about it. But it worked out alright. You haven't played American Truck Simulator. What do you mean? Like at all, or just recently? The only... Where's your sense of adventure, Helene? Why wouldn't you want to make it yourself? Come on. This is going to help with me designing my body kits for my personal cars. Yeah, that could be cool. I could see that being fun. Scum is updating and Icarus is updating as well. My PC gonna save my money and go get Game Pass back so I can update the game called Grounded on my Xbox One. Speaking of which, I haven't played it for 3 months. Yeah, I've been playing that, this, and a few other games as of lately. But I've also been playing ATS because they had come out with the 1.42 update, and then I was able to get all my coast to coast, Reforma, all my expansions, map expansions, and mods actually working again with, and now they're coming out with 1.43, so they're gonna all need to be updated again. So I've been trying to get some time into that in between the shit. Plus, not to mention that I've been I bought a garage in Manchester, New Hampshire on the map, so if it screws up and it won't load right, then the garage I bought won't load right, so that means I'll have to wait till they come out with the update, and then they come out with the updates for the mods to be able to use it again. I don't know, I do love ATS, I do, but, and I understand shit needs updating and all this stuff, but man, it's a pain in the ass when it's so often. It's either that or you just run the base game all the time, which, I mean, again, you could do, but I don't know. Alright, and so, have you, speaking of which, Joseph, they have Grounded, right? Hey Patty, how's it going? Joseph, they have Grounded, which is kind of, I want to say almost a little more kidsy. There's one coming out called Small Land, and it's not out yet. I think they're going to be starting a beta here pretty quick. I have it on. I'm in the Discord for it too, but it's called Small Land. It's kind of more RPG kind of survival styled, and you can actually like ride the grasshoppers and dragonflies and shit as like mounts and stuff. It looks pretty cool. It looks more like a adult grounded, if that makes sense. Gonna go back to FS19, finishing my field work real quick. Hey Mateo, what's going on? Yeah, like I said, small land. Well, I mean, if you... Yeah, dude, Joseph, you gotta do what you gotta do, buddy. I don't know if you mean like you're leaving, or you're just stating that you gotta do that, but you do whatever you need to, buddy. And, note to everyone, Firefox does picture-in-picture, so you can totally watch videos while you play games. It's fantastic. Almost done. Last pass in a tiny scooch. And then this field will be done. And then I'll be able to go haul my new... I might sleep first, because alfalfa's not gonna like rot. And then I'm gonna have soybeans I'm gonna need to get, I believe, in the other field. So... Alright. That's cool, man. Like I said, you do what you gotta do. I gotcha, and regardless, thank you for coming in and hanging out and shooting the shit. And hopefully you get your field work done. I myself am going to have a lot of field work after this because I've just harvested 2. This is 3. I've got 1 more field with soybeans in it, I believe. Hey. And then I think that'll be ready tomorrow if it's not already ready. I'll have to check that in a minute. But we're going to put this back down into the yard, and I would say probably switch the header out because I don't have any more corn or anything like that to harvest. I'm debating on whether I should just return this. I mean, it's leased, the header, so it's just less cost that I'm going to have to pay considering I don't have anything else, and I don't know if I'm going to do corn or whatever, and if I do, I may silage it? I'm not sure. Well, for the moment, we're going to stick this right here. And I do have manual attach on. The only weird thing, and I don't know if it's this harvester or these headers, because they're both Cresoni headers, but they're 2 different mods from the same modder, I believe, but for some reason I can't manually detach these headers. I have to do it, it's manual, but I have to do it from inside the cab, like it doesn't pick up outside, so go figure. Alright. I'll shut this down for now. Lights off. Lights are all off. Alright. F? Yeah. Alright. Alright, cool, man. Yeah, no, needs plowing, Ah, I do love this rolling trailer, though. It's so good. It really is. Alright. Take my fancy dandy Challenger. I believe we have a fuel point on the farm. If we do, I'm definitely going to need to do that. Plus, maintenance required 7.4 engine hours or 1 day. Because I've got the maintenance mod on as well, so I'm going to have to do like a maintenance palette to fix it, and I don't know if that completely removes your maintenance meter or not. I'll have to figure that out. But at the moment, I also don't believe I have a sleep trigger. Yeah. Yeah, PC, manual attach. I'm on PC, dude. I got a PC instead of going PS5 because they were about the same price. Yeah, manual attach. See? Attach like that, and then this particular trailer doesn't it doesn't the cables don't work with it. I mean, the lights and everything work, but the cables don't manual attach. But typically you'd hit Q and that would attach or detach, and then you'd hit Z. A touch would connect a PTO shaft if there was one, and then holding would attach the cables. So you basically, between Q and Z, that's how you would attach implements. I think, let me see if I can show you real quick on this one. This one might work. I think. Okay, so yeah, Z and Q. Of course there's no PTO, but hit Q and then hold Z and bam, that connects your cables. It's called the yep, hold Z for the cables and press Z for a PTO if there is one. Oh yeah. Okay, so you guys know. I'm sorry. I thought you didn't know about it the way you said that. But yeah, I love that. That mod in and of itself, along with like the realistic dirt and the realistic physics. That was one of the main reasons I wanted a PC in the first place, just because of those, because I like the realism. You know, that's that's why I'm doing a realism stream. Granted, it's not 100% realistic, but it's better than nothing. Alright, Grain Co. We're gonna go to Grain Co. because I don't think I have any need for grass, clover, maize. Okay, yeah. I can't feed any of that to my cows, so I need to find Grain Company. Grain Company. Till the day I die. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I'm going that way. I'll have to make it quick because I need to come back and get more gas. The only thing that bugs me, and I gotta figure out exactly what is what. If you look at my screen, now granted I've got like the GPS symbols over there and everything, and then I've got I've got the wear indicators and stuff along with the def, but the def kind of overlaps those as well, so it's kind of a pain trying to read it all. But yeah, I've got the def mods on here too. Ooh, a bit of lag. You have Peterbilt trucks you talking in ATS? Because I have that Peterbilt Viper truck that's like, I've got it all built up. That's my main truck in ATS. I love that thing. I haven't used manual attachment forever. I think I might add it to my save. Oh, okay, gotcha, FS19, gotcha, yeah. Honestly, I rarely ever play maps that are big enough to warrant having a tractor-trailer truck. And it's something like this, I mean, granted, this is 6 ashes, and there's enough room to do it, but it's like... Plus, I mean, my fields aren't so big that I did that whole sunflower field, and all I got's 18,000 liters. It's like, I don't even need a small tractor-trailer truck for that. I mean, hell, I could get away with the amount I've got in here right now. I could get away with the small in-game tipper, You know, like one of the low-end base ones you start off that only max out at 21,000 liters, and I would have been fine. But easy there, buddy. You're going so fast. I've also got the stop. Like when you stop, it stops, not the rollback thing. I was trying to find, I can't figure it out, but I get, if I look around with my side panel, right, it looks fantastic. If I move with my mouse, it gets jittery, and I'm pretty sure it's because, and I can't find the setting for it, but I know, what is it, mouse smoothing or something in a lot of your first-person shooter games and stuff, or it tries to smooth the mouse movement out or whatever, so it's not jumpy, but it makes it jittery, like almost like screen tearing lightly. Yeah, manual attach is fantastic. I like anything that makes it feel more like I'm actually, like it's a simulator. It's supposed to feel like a simulator, not like, oh, I passed it. I hope there's nobody behind me. I hear beeping. That means they're behind me and they're not happy about it. Alright. Let's see. All my ATS skills will come into play. Although it's a lot easier turning maybe not a lot easier, but it's easier turning a tractor. It's shorter. We're gonna go outside because I'm not gonna kill myself on here. Ah, look at the tires mush though. Mushy, dirty tires. It's fantastic. Alright. Dump this, make some money. Oh, back up to 100. Nice, 114. Alright, cool. Middle finger mod. Alright, give me 1 sec, I'll do that right now. Where's my Discord? Birthdays. Oh yeah, it was Halim's birthday the other day. Everybody wish Halim a happy birthday. Actually, it was like 2 weeks ago, but still. Maybe almost a month ago, but still. Do it. You know you want to. Oh yeah. Nice. That's sexy. Wow, that's similar to mine on ATS. The only difference is mine has like the molded, I don't have the super tall sleeper, and my, I've got kind of like the full molded fenders, but that's very similar. And mine's maroon. Oh, hey, by the way, you guys, either of you, do you guys know if you can still get the TLX 9000, the one that got pulled off the mod hub? That is sweet though, definitely. Looks kind of like it. But yeah, do you either of you know if you can still, like if David still has the 9000 somewhere that you can get that obviously is not in the mod hub but still accessible? Because I still have it on console. I didn't get rid of it. But I don't have it on PC because I was late to the PC age. Oh, hell yeah. I love that truck. The 9000 was one of my favorite. Where did I go? I feel like I went too far. Oh, almost there. But yeah, I love the 9000. The 9000 is fantastic. Um, oh, it's back on the mod hub because it's when I had it from back. I had the whole 9000 series, all of it, the change back ones and just the base truck. And then it got pulled because someone was bitching. I think it was someone bitching that it looked like an ATS truck, which obviously it's modeled after a real truck, but someone was saying he stole the mod, which we know is bullshit because we saw him build the whole thing. But whatever the case may be, they took it off the mod hub for a while. I don't know if so it's back on there now. Alright, home sweet home. I'm gonna leave this bad boy right here. For now. And then I'm going to have to give it some fuel tomorrow. Yeah, it's not anymore. The only reason I still have it on console is because I never got rid of it. Like when they started doing that stuff, like back with the 3D tracks, when that became a big thing, I actually kept everything with 3D tracks for the longest time, and then I started whittling them down as ones I never used, and then I basically turned around and um, re-downloaded the newer ones that they were able to do, and then got rid of the old versions. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Be right back. Just gotta grab a drink. All right, I'm back. All right, so real quick, I gotta check. I think, like I said, all right, so 1 and 2 are done. 5 is done. 71. Okay, so 6 is my other planted field, which is soybeans. and that's not even ready yet. So by morning it should be ready. This one is my, that's my alfalfa. So I think what I'm going to do, because I actually don't have a sleep trigger, I'm going to have to put down some sort of sleep trigger. Thank you. Thank you. Check DMs. You talking Discord, right, Halim? Okay. I'll have to do that uh, from the PC. Think I can do that. Discord. Okay. I'll have to do that later because I do have Dropbox, but I'm like not signed into it, and I'm not going to make you all sit here and stare at the screen the whole time. But thank you, Halim, by the way. All right, so yeah, 6 is soybeans, and that'll be tomorrow's problem. And this is alfalfa. That'll also be tomorrow's problem, and I also have to go down to the shop and pick up my new-ish mower. So I think for tonight, I'm going to hope my cows are doing alright. I don't think they've had any food. Oh, shit. I'm a horrible person. Hey, look, cleanliness is still 100%. They got plenty of water, though. Well, as long as they're not ill. Alright. Now comes the... I have to place some sort of farmhouse. Because I've got... I could do doormat. Who doesn't like a doormat? Or deck chairs. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I'm not horribly worried about it. It was like, sign in to download, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, I'm not sticking with this right now. I'll do it after. Alright, so what do you guys think? Doormat? Deck chairs? Or should I do like the outdoor campsite? Which actually, I'm pretty sure I can. I just thought of something. Um, how do you sleep anywhere? I have the sleep anywhere mod on. How do you actually do that? Anybody know? Is it like Control S? I don't remember. Too many mods. Um, I live in this ghetto shack that is too short for people. I just crawl in and make my way to the back corner. I could have sworn there was a farmhouse on this spot, and apparently there isn't. So, and I can't for the life of me. I have the sleep anywhere mod, I believe. Not the sleep anytime, but the sleep anywhere, and I just for the life of me I don't remember where, like how to engage that one. Alright, you know what, screw it. Let's see. So you know what, for right now, we're just gonna have it right here in the bushes at the entrance. That is... Here is my sleeping spot. Ah, look at that, isn't that awesome? Oh, you can't do anything about the fire. But I can turn the dinky light on. Okay, sleep. How do I sleep? S. Circle. You know, sometimes... How do I sleep? Is that L3? Thank you. Wake up at 2019. No. It's 8. Let's do 6. And hopefully that won't be too bad. Alright. It's a new day, and the sun is rising. Yeah, but I thought the sleep anywhere mod meant you could just literally sleep anywhere, and I think you can. I just don't know how to engage it. Alright, so let us take a look. Water's good, cleanliness is good, they get no productivity. Oh yeah, because they don't die. That's why. They don't die when they're not in season, so I don't have to worry about them dying. They just aren't going to be productive, which is fine. Not worried about production. I am worried about... I keep looking at the wrong thing. I need... When is this ready? Still not ready yet. Okay, that works. Alright, so next step, truck. Oh yeah, Halim. Check out my RAM. Let's lift her up. Get her going. It's a Hellcat Ram. A dually Hellcat Ram. Looks fantastic. Alright. We're gonna get out of this. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna detach. Ooh. She's having maintenance required. Alright. Well. drag this over to here. We'll drop it and pretend we didn't see anything. Control M. Yes. Alright, so I can't do anything with this tractor for a little bit, but that's okay. While it's getting its maintenance done, we're going to go pick up yeah, I love air suspension. Alright, let's get out, do a little bit of that. It's a little bouncy, obviously because it's got the air suspension, but you can actually hear the whine of the engine too if you're inside. I love it. There's another Dodge truck. It's an old, I think it's a 91 or 92 Cummins. It's really nice. It's, if I remember correctly, it's not spectacular on the graphics, but it sounds really good, and I don't know, just overall I like it. Oh yeah, I also got the blinker turn off after you turn mod on, so that shit turns off. Just a quick run to the store. Nothing to see here, folks. Now we'll see how this works. Hopefully that thing actually fits on here. It might not. I probably should have thought of that before I brought this dinky little trailer here. You know what I like about this truck too? You can actually see out the back, which is nice. Alright, we're gonna try, is it this one? It is this one. Yeah, supercharger. The blinker turn-off's a mod. I'm pretty sure it's in the mod hub. I'm trying to remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it's just called like blinker turn off or blinker stop after turn or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's... Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize some had them scripted in, but yeah, it's a mod. I'm pretty sure it's mod hub. It might be third party because when I first got this, I went crazy. Like all the mods I could think of that I wanted to try led me to other mods that led me to other mods, and you know how it goes. Alright. Look at that. Our fancy little guy. See, now here's the stupid part. If I owned some of this land, right up there, there's like a wall of trees and the bushes, and then that leads right over to the back side of my alfalfa field. So theoretically, if I wanted to be an asshole, I could just drive through it all. But we're gonna do it right. Lights on? Oh wow, it's only got the one. Alright, let's put her on the thing. The one thing I can't remember, I think I have on here, but I don't remember if I actually got it. I know I wanted to, was the mod where you basically, it's like strapping anything down to anything. I just don't remember. Oh wow. This might not actually work. Well. So if we just jam it up on here and tilt it, it'll go. Or it'll get stuck. There we go. This could get interesting real fast. This is what you call making it work. You know what? We're gonna leave it like it. We're just gonna leave it just like that. And hope it stays. Hey, she's on. Yeah, no problem, Daddy. I like I said, I literally, I had like, I was looking up, you know, the realistic vehicle, and then it was like, you know, I found through Wopster, who did the manual attach, and then a couple others, and then the other thing I started doing is I started watching videos online of like, you know, top mods for PC and blah da da da, and it just kind of compounded from there. Jesus. Yeah, he is. I don't blame him though. See, my problem is I don't have the patience right now to get started on it, doing it. Plus, I don't. Whoa! Don't hit me. Okay. I don't want to get started modding for FS19 because if 22 is going to be different, I'd rather just learn the one way as opposed to having to learn multiples. Don't get caught, don't get caught, don't get caught. Okay. Stay on. Stay on, you can do it. Oh, this is going to be such a shit show. Especially if there's collisions on that header. If it hits the... can we make it? Can we make it? Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get there all ass backwards. And you know what? Not to knock the realism, but we're turning traffic off because I was hoping it would make it. Yeah, strat mod. He's just passionate, Patty. He's just passionate. He wants to do all the things because that's what everybody wants to do, is all the things. up on. Oh yeah. Get it back up on. This is how... this is the right way to do it, okay? So much for realism. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I don't know if you heard, I finally fixed the steering lag in this as well, which was nice, considering I didn't realize. I don't remember having that problem with, I'll just drag it. That's cool. I'm just gonna drag it. Yeah, there we go. Just dragging it along like a dolly. It's cool. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Oh, man. It's true. Yeah, at least you're trying. You know? I haven't done much of anything. I've played around in Blender just to try and get used to it, but I don't honestly know what I'm doing. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I don't know how to do the things that I want to do when I want to do them, if that makes sense. Like, I've got ideas in my head, but when I actually go to do it, it's like I don't know how to actually get from A to B. You know, does this go through? Nope. Of course not. I feel like we're gonna need things, so I'm just gonna leave this at the store. And then if I need pallets or something, I should have brought the other thing down, and I didn't. Forklift. But I didn't, so... Oh. Hitting stuff. Super realism. That's what you guys pay for. The best realism in the business. That's right. Alright, I'll lock up the truck, leave it here. We're going to go run back to our mower and drive that back so we can get started on the field. And just check and chat. Yeah, well that's the thing I was thinking, because like at first I was like, oh, you know, I want to try to mod just to see if I could do it. Then second I was like, oh, I could, you know, if I wanted, like for instance, a truck like this in here, if I could get into modding and actually pull it off, I could do it. So I'm like, that would be fantastic. But then I'm like, okay, well, why don't I, you know, then I'm just like, oh, well, I guess if I started modding, people would want them, might want the mods, and then I'd be like, okay, well then would I just stick with PC, or would I go with console too? Because, you know, everybody and their mother is on console now, I mean, which I was too. So I get it, but I know console's got so much stricter things, or do I just make edits and make a couple creations for myself and keep it at that? Which is probably what I'll end up doing, at least at first. If I come up with something really good, then I might release it to the people. but initially I'm just gonna make some stuff for myself and see. Because I don't want it to become, like if I do it, and I'm assuming it's the same way with you, Halim. Like if I do it and I make a couple mods and it's something like, for instance, if I put my own personal truck into the game or something like that, and it's like, okay, this is cool, you know, I'm enjoying this, I'm gonna use this is my truck, blah blah blah. And then for some reason I decided to make a mod and release it to the public, and then it becomes this thing where now you've got to keep up with the mod, you got to make sure to update the mod, you got to keep track of the mod, then you got to make, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, when are you gonna make more mods? And I don't know, it just becomes this like expectation of like, why aren't you giving us content even though you're doing it in your spare time because you enjoy it, you know what I mean? Like, it becomes like a fun passion project into like an expectation. And I feel like that could take away from the, you know, the experience of being a modder. And I'm sure that's something that they deal with a lot. Nice. See, but that's basically what I'm thinking. It's like if I do actually, and I may not, I don't know. But if I do end up making some mods or something, what in the world is that? Is that horse grass? Field grass? I don't know what that is, but it looks nice. But I agree, that's the same kind of thing. Oh, I got real mower on too, I forgot about that. I mowed down some of these retarded looking bushes. I wish you could trim the hedges away. Yeah, but that I agree with that. That's the same. It's like, you know, then it's like, oh, you know, it's, you're part of the in crowd because you got the cool mod that nobody else has access to, you know. That's one thing and I didn't really watch a lot of their stuff, but one thing I think with the squad, him and the people he kind of did videos with, they had a lot of mods that were very, like, you couldn't get them, at least back then, from what I saw. Alright, I'm going to turn the beacon off, because I don't need that on right now. Alright. Let's get to cutting this alfalfa. You can do it, little mower, I believe in you. I really do like this mower. It's not the newer one that I forget who did, one of the bigger modders did. This is, I mean, the guy who did this was still a decent sized modder, but this was the first one that came out back when they started doing these. Oh no. No, you can do it. Climb the hill, little one. Go where the air is crisp. Where the air is crisp. Exactly. And that's the thing. You don't want to have a bunch of people you don't know dicking around with your stuff. It's the worst. Something that's hard, and I mean, you can't help it, is when you get alfalfa bordered with grass, and you're trying to cut one but not the other, and you know. some mowing. Some mowing. Oh, God. I think I was gonna make some alfalfa hay out of this, and I might still do that. And then I was thinking of silaging the rest of it because I got maize plus on, so it might be the way to go. I don't know. I mean, most of it's going to be for the cows, so. And this is a big field. Probably should have gotten a bigger mower, but what are you going to do? 6:24 in the morning and we're doing some dark mowing. Like your Liberty Walk GTR. Run a 3-meter cultivator between the two, save me a headache. Yeah, but it's food. This is how I'm gonna feed my cows because I'm running maize plus, so you know they have 5 million different potential requirements for stuff. So, and I've got this huge field of alfalfa, so why not use it? Plus, I've never run maize plus before, and I'd like to try it out. I'm also running straw me, and I've got a soybean field, which means I can get soybean straw, and I can bale that soybean straw, which means I'm gonna get lots of money. Alright, here we go, up the path of pain and slowness. Hang on, little John dear. Give it all you got. Hey, Helene, by the way, how is the volume? Nobody's commented. I know the volume, like my speaking audio, I haven't changed, but I did drop the vehicle volume down because I know in the last one I watched back, you know, bits of it just to kind of check on audio and stuff like that. And I know at one point when I was driving the harvester outside the vehicle, you almost couldn't hear me because the vehicle volume was so loud. So. Oh, I gotcha. That's a really good idea. That's a good idea. Well, my thought process was like, I'll just take a windrower and kick it into the middle, and then I'll deal with it then, but no, that's a good idea. I should have done that. It's too late now. I don't know if I can attach anything to the back of this. It doesn't look like it, but I can't remember if you could or not. As it stands, it's going to take forever to cut this anyway. It is 6:30 in the morning. We're only going on 1x speed just because of the slowness with which I am doing my shit. Yeah, I should have done that. I gotcha. No, not Helene. The vehicle is good. Hey, I will always take your input, Patty. Don't let Helene tell you otherwise. Game volume could be down a touch. Okay, cool. Feels good. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go down just a touch. Just because depending on who's listening to it, you know what I mean? Alright. We're going to save game anyway because we're at a good point. Alright. We'll see how this is. I just went down 1 notch, so it shouldn't be like I cut it out completely, but where I do tend to talk softer, and I don't have my mic pickup volume cranked just because I do tend to have breathing issues. So not everyone wants to hear me inhale every second or cough or hack or whatever. So, but I'm quitting smoking, so hoot hoot. Hopefully that will be good long term. What's up, Farmin' Steve? How you doing, buddy? Aw, don't you time her out, Halim. Alright. The only one you can time out indiscriminately is Harley. And mainly I'm just saying that to see if she's still lurking. I'm doing pretty good, Steve. Just chilling. Mowing this giant patch of alfalfa with my fancy new old mower. Right, that is the plan. How this looks inside. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's fancy. It's so fancy I can't handle it. Oh yeah. Get that tight corner? There we go. Alright. Now, on to the struggle of the hill that our poor little mower doesn't like so much. Yeah. Well, all I gotta say, Halim, is that'll learn ya. Come on, little dear. I was thinking, in the back of my head, I was thinking of making my own brand of tractor if I do start modding and I actually make like decent stuff. Make my own brand, right? So you got John Deere, and then you've got like 82 Studios went Jack Moose, right? So I was thinking of calling it Jim Durr, like Durr. We could have a dumbfounded face for the logo. And it could be like a nice poop shade of brown. That'll be like the color for the vehicle. And that'll work with Marty too. Marty will love that. So it'll be Jim Durr and the poop brown tractors. Oh, it's been a long day. Right? Oh man. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, can anyone tell me how long I've been going? I feel like I'm I have no idea, and which is weird because usually I know. Alright, that's not bad. I just couldn't remember. But I've sort of got it set up better now. Well, sort of better. Like I've got my phone on the side so I can actually... That's cool. I'm gonna go for a little longer. So I'll probably do 3 at the most, if not sometime sooner, but it's not gonna be right away. I was just curious. I wonder. I think that light kind of bleeds through the ceiling a little bit, but we'll have to deal with it. That's all right. That's cool. Like I said, I appreciate you all for helping out in that department. I'm not going anywhere right now anyway, because I've got all you lovely people keeping me company while I mow this field in the dark with an underpowered John Deere self-propelled lawnmower. It's a fantastic day. The one thing I was curious about, and I'll have to look into, does anyone know, is it a Bex mod, or is it somebody else's, the transforming header? The ones that Halim, that they were dicking around with last night in that combo stream. You know, the ones that start out like a like the large header, and then they go and they like extend out even farther to a ridiculous amount. Anyone know whose that was, or where I would find that particular piece of equipment? Because I thought that was pretty handy. I've seen it before. I saw it on somebody else's live stream once. I don't remember if I didn't think I came across it in the mod hub. I figure it's probably a third-party mod. I just can't remember. I know a lot of people lately, like, you know, Matt and them, and Shaman and whatnot. They've been using Bex mods. I'm in her Discord, but I wasn't sure if you guys knew if she had done it or somebody else had. But it's cool. I'm sure I will find it somewhere. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I saw Faber extending it out when they were doing their little duking it out with the harvesters. It was him. I think somebody else was doing it too, but that would be like super handy on a big field on a map. I guess it doesn't matter too much considering 22's coming out soon, and it'll be interesting to see I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it all works out. I'm looking forward to 22. I hope it goes good, and with all the features and stuff they're announcing, you know. Although I do find it funny, and not that I'm complaining because they're features that I enjoyed or mods that I like anyway, but I do find it kind of funny that most of the feature sets have been major mods that they've then converted into the game as their own, like seasons or seasonal cycles, the used vehicle equipment kind of thing, you know, which again, I'm not complaining or bashing them for, but it's nice that those things are going to be in there from the get instead of having to wait, you know, 6 months to a year for a modded version and then turn around and have them I wonder too if they're gonna go like, 3-year spans now, or if they're gonna go back to their 2-year stints for the game releases. Harvest corn time. Yeah, I've already got it pre-ordered. Um, but I was gonna do, it's a toss-up, because originally I was like, oh, I want to do, because I took a week of vacation the week of Thanksgiving, so Monday the 22nd I actually have off, and I was gonna order a digital edition so I could get like early content out, but I ordered it from Best Buy instead because they have the collector's edition with the modding tutorials DVD that comes in the collector's edition on top of the flashy beacon light, which I think would be funny to stick in my room and drive my dogs nuts. But yeah, so I ordered that one, but that's through Best Buy, so they're gonna ship it out, I think, when it comes in on the 22nd, so I may not actually have it the 22nd, either that or I gotta drive all the way down there and get it, like pick it up. So, oh god, yeah. No, I completely agree, but think about it, like, um, well, you gotta think too, Halim, the cool part about it, or both Halim and Farming Stee, right? And I've heard other content creators make this point, and it's a great point, is that like in 19, right? For instance, with all the different factory type mods, especially the ones that they were trying to bring to console, they were limited by what they could do because they couldn't do scripting, so they had to tie it into the animal thing and all that stuff, right? Well, the advantage is just the factories alone, and granted, on PC you had, oh god, now I can't think of what it is, Global Company. But now the base game is going to have factory support. It's going to have used vehicle support. It's going to have this, that, and the other thing that is all going to be base game. So now modders can take, because they've always allowed modders to, mod the base game. Um, you just can't release scripted mods on console, but where the scripting is already in the base game for factories and productions and all this stuff, they won't be limited like they were on consoles in 19, because I know I was on consoles and I wanted factories and stuff like that. That's why I did my self-sustaining farm challenge, which I never finished. um, but it was based off the animal system, and now where they hopefully have an entirely new system and it's not still tied into the animal system, um, then modders will be able to do that and add in their own shit. Be like, oh, well, they've got all these products, why don't we make, you know, cupcakes or donuts, or, why don't we go with Boston cream pie, and you need to put in this and this, to make it, or whatever. It's like it allows them to not have to worry about how to create the scripting or making it work for like consoles, for instance, with the factories themselves and make them functional. They can just focus on the actual, like, designing whatever it is, the product that's going to be the end product that goes on a pallet, or the maybe be able to tie into the existing productions to add like a different thing. Because I know, like, one of them is you take strawberries and you take wheat into flour, and you take the flour and the strawberries and something into sugar, and you make a cake out of it, like a fancy cake with strawberries on it and shit. So it's like, now you could take that a step further and be like, okay, well, now we're going to make a wedding cake or something, you know what I mean? We're just going to make frosting at this place or something. So it's like they can take all that existing and build upon it, as opposed to having to come up with it. And I think that is going to be a huge thing for the modders, is the ease of being able to try and doing that. And now a lot of the other things we've got solved too, like 3D tracks are now base game. So we don't have to worry about that debacle again. You know, and other aspects that they're already doing from the get-go, hopefully will make the whole entire modding community, modding ability easier on the modders. Because, like you said, I completely agree with you, Steve. Like, they keep the game alive. They really have. Like, if it was what it was, I wouldn't have played. I probably never would have bought 19 in the first place off of 17 without mods. And I'm still playing 19 3 years later. You know what I mean? Like, mods. Basically, Giants does the framework, mods are the game. Pretty much. So, it'll be interesting to see, you know, what they all do with it. Nope. Gotta make a turn. Give me 1 second. My thing's being funny. Okay. I'm good now. Alright. You feel like... I feel like it might have been work as an add-on for the factories. If not, then it would just be scripting and some i3D work to make it normal. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I don't know how they go about it, but the fact that they have the factory processes in place, I feel like allows them to, you know, add on. Or maybe, like, for instance, if nobody likes, you know, making the cakes or making the jam, they could be like, okay, well, you can take tomatoes and make tomato paste, you know, for sauce instead of, you know, olives into olive oil or something, you know what I mean? They could modify one particular thing into another thing without having to go too crazy, but yeah, I started in 17. I was at the ass end of 17. I think it was the last 6 months. My best friend had been trying to get me to play it for quite a while. Like, he would rave about it and rave about it, and I'm like, there's no way this game could be this fun. Like, it can't. Like, I didn't understand it. I'm thinking farming simulator, that's gonna be the most boring thing I've ever heard of. And I'm sure that's the way most people thought about it when, you know, before they actually played it. Like, how can farming be actually fun? And then it, oh, a little off center. And then it just gets to that point where you're like, you know, I gave it a shot because I'm like, screw it. He was talking about 19 coming up, and like I said, I think it was about 6 months or so before 19 came out, maybe 3 months. And of course, because the new one was coming out, 17 was on like a super sale, and I got 17, like the complete edition, for I think it was like $12, $12 US. So, which is super cheap, considering usually with all the DLCs it's quite expensive. And I played the crap out of it. I played ungodly amounts of time into it, and 19 had come out, and I was able to get that on a sale like 6 months later on console, and I just went for the full. I paid the extra money and got the full, like the season pass edition, the platinum edition, not the platinum, the other one. Basically the complete edition. That's the one thing I will say about consoles versus PC though, is they tend to have better bundle deals than PC does, at least initially. Whereas PC, usually they're like, oh, here's every DLC you can buy. You can buy them all together at, you know, $300, or you can buy them separately at $20 a piece, even though the base game's $20. Um, and then once the game's like over and they're releasing a new game, then they'll do a bundle. But yeah. Um, what about farm animals to transfer them for meat? That would be cool. Yeah, like being able to be, like taking your cows that are meat cows and actually bringing them to the butcher, and then being like, okay, well now we need to take the meat to the grocery store or the butcher shop. You know, like from the, well, I guess not the butcher to the butcher, but like from the butcher shop to the shopping center or whatever. That would be cool. Yeah, that's the thing. I guess you could say I was lucky. I was well before the PlayStation Plus version because I know a lot of people got it that way. And which, I mean, hey, whatever. It gets you into the game. You like the game. That's awesome. You know, I fully support it. It was definitely a good way to get people into it. And I knew a lot of people that tried it that never would have had it not been free. Um, but yeah, I've basically, for me, I've played it almost 19's entire life cycle, save for the first, we'll say 3, maybe 6 months tops. And at that time I was playing 17, so I've played pretty much a majority of those, although I'd never played 15. And and in 17 I did use mods to some degree, um, but not a crap ton. Like, I was more still figuring everything out and, you know, trying maps out. Maps was a big thing. I loved Mercury Farms in 17. I still love it, but there's so many other good ones now. I mean, which I don't see why they couldn't. They just don't just say you're taking the meat to the butcher and then, you know, you just they sell it from the butcher then, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, technically, when they say you're selling it for meat, you know, I mean, it's the same thing as taking to a butcher shop. Just don't show it actually happening. Like, yes, watch this screenshot of us beheading cows. Cha-ching. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think. So, what are you guys most excited for about 22? I know a lot of people say different stuff. Um, I would say, honestly, a lot of it is actually exciting. It's not just one thing for me personally, but I would say the building mode, you know, the landscaping, the building mode, I think is significantly better. Um, the used vehicle thing, definitely. Um, but what do you guys think? What are you guys looking forward to? Like, what are some of your things that you're super excited about? You know, Steve, I've never actually played on Hofbergman. I've seen a bunch of people play it, and it's one of those that, like, I've said to myself, oh, I'll get around to playing that map, and then 10 more maps come out and I'm like jumping around between them. So it's like, you know, but Hofbergman's definitely one I gotta try. I could have sworn, I think Daggerwind did some, and isn't Jelsa doing Hofbergman, or hasn't he done some Hofbergman? I feel like he has. Use tractors and seasons. Yeah, exactly. And I'm honestly curious as to how the seasons is going to work. Um, because to me it's like I really I like the way they've done seasons now. Although I like at least the way they've pitched it for the new game. You know, you can change your time, you know, the distance between months, all that stuff, just like you can now. But when I play seasons, some of my favorite parts that is the way the animals take less food because they do it over a shorter period of time. the way they breed, the way they, you know, they only give milk after they've had calves or whatever, babies. Also, the hay system. Hay actually has to dry in the sun after you ted it. It doesn't just magically instantly ted. Another thing that I like is the silage. You know, and that's one thing that always bugged me. It's like, okay, if you take silage, or if you take chaff and you put it into a pit, it turns into silage, but you have to wait. If you take a grass swath and you wrap it, it's instantly silage. It's like, why doesn't it have to wait just like it does in the silage pit? That's something they I would have liked to see them do, and hopefully they do in the new one. Um, because it's like, you really, consistency, I would think. And I mean, it's nothing against them. I'm not blaming them. They did what they did to, you know, to get it out, to make it work, whatever. But that's one thing I would like to see in the new one that would be, I think would be really cool, is consistency on the silage front, and then also having like alfalfa. Granted, they haven't. I don't know if alfalfa is going to be in the base game at all. I don't think it is, because they haven't announced it. At least I don't think so, because they're focusing more on the new crops, and I can't for the life of me remember what the other one is. Is it sorghum? And then of course you got your grapes and olives, but yeah, doing anything. I will agree. I'm getting more out of the biogas plant. Yeah, exactly. That would be cool too. Yeah, and speaking of the Elm Creek sorghum, yeah, thank you, William. I mean, Steve. Jesus. Thanks, Steve. Um, yeah, that's the one thing that I'm impressed, and I'm hoping it's as good as I feel like it's gonna be. Yeah, new crops. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I really wish they had put alfalfa in as a base crop though. Just, it's alfalfa. Come on. I mean, used as feed for the animals, and all the stuff that you can do with it. It just, to me, it makes sense. But whatever. I digress. But yeah, I'm impressed because, for the most part, for me anyway, I don't know about you guys, I think in 17 Goldcrest Valley was the only map that I really, really liked. And then even now in 19, it's like I have trouble going back to it because there's so many other good maps. But modern maps tend to be so much better than the Giants ones that, personally, I can't. I don't think, like, in 19, I didn't like Felsbrunn, I didn't like Ravenport, um, and Erlengrat was alright. I liked aspects of it. I didn't love the entire thing, but I liked aspects. I liked some of the look of it, the feel of it. It wasn't bad, and I know they're bringing that back for 22. But other than that, I've never really loved a lot of their maps. So I'm excited that Elm Creek, like you said, has that kind of, Jesus. You know, Griffin, Indiana feel, because I did like Griffin, Indiana. I think my thing is I try and find, like, I like medium-sized maps. I like maps I can use medium equipment, large equipment if I want, or small equipment. Whereas when you get the really big maps, like Griffin, Indiana, with the huge fields, I mean, it's cool, but unless you're using workers consistently, it takes quite a while. Because, like, even this, I mean, this isn't a gigantic field, and it's taking quite a while with this little guy. But I tend to like to do stuff myself, you know. I like to, I mean, I'll use a worker if I absolutely have to, or if it's like I gotta get 2 fields harvested that, you know, or something. If I have to get something done because something will fail or rot or wither, or, you know, time constraints, then I do what I have to do. But for the most part, I like to do everything myself. I did try courseplay last stream. It didn't work. I didn't do it right. But, it would be interesting to try it. Just because it's like smarter workers. Oh, and I hope their workers are smarter in the new one. We'll see. Oh yeah, farming agency definitely will. Are they still? I think I saw something Alien Paul was talking about that he was still going to be doing stuff for 22. But I mean, is everybody going to be doing it, or just him, or? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've got a bunch of different stuff. Like I said, these on the right hand side, the ones that tell me the fuel usage and whatnot, and the remaining fuel and stuff. That I like those. The only downside is the one on the right hand side that show me how much fuel I'm using and usage. Uh, when the def when there's a tractor with the def gauge or percentage, it sits over it, and I don't know how to move that so that it doesn't overlap. It's probably the only graphical issue. It's not a graphical issue, it's a mod conflict, if you will, but it's because I've got too much shit on this. But that's the only issue I'm having. Well, how do you hire workers on PC? I don't know. Um, Let me rephrase that. If I was to hire a worker, I would do it with my side panel. Um, I don't know what the key is on keyboard, but let's see if this actually works. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, so the on the side panel there's a button for hiring a worker. So, come back. I want to be in you. Alright. So, unfortunately that completely... Well, you know what? Maybe I should just let them... Yeah, screw it. I wasn't going to, but I mean, you guys have seen me go around this field 100 times already. I might as well go get something else done. There's still lots of field to go. Yeah. Plus, I'm gonna need to grab some fuel for that, so... hope you guys don't mind a little unrealistic running. I do like that mod too. The speed, like the speed altering. It's just V and B and you can speed right up. I'm talking base game. That was a base game. I know course play. I've got... no, it's not going to show it. If I get in here, if I right... Okay, yeah. If I right click on my mouse, it brings up the course play menu. And I tried setting up a course and it set it up. And it did like it mapped it out and everything. And I chose how many headlands I wanted and everything. And when I tried to do it, it said it couldn't complete it. And when I got in this map originally, it did say, you know, that it scanned, and it did it when I loaded it this time too. It scanned all the fields and told me they were all scanned and shit, but... Hi, buddy. What you doing? Misty. Yeah. My puppy came to say hi. Jeez. F11 mod. Yeah, I mean, I've got F11. I don't need it. If I need it, I'll use it, but at the moment I don't need it. What I do need, I keep forgetting, is like. Alright, so I've got, that guy should be done with that. This is my, obviously my forklift. I was gonna try out that new one. Hey, no diggins. This guy, the Teletruck, a little more expensive. Oh, look at that little guy. That's cool. It's just a little guy. Standard design beacon. What do I mean beacon down? Oh, go beacon up too. Or I mean beacon down here. Sorry, I know I'm complete tangenting. Alright. Beacon up. I might end up grabbing one of these. Oh, look at that. Black. Yeah, butter. You gotta go outside, bud. You know. Alright, ladies and gentle folks. It is time for puppy time. So, this just means that we are going to walk the pups. And I'm going to pause the game real quick. And I will be right back. If you guys are still here, then that would be awesome. If not, if you got things to do or you've had enough of me for one day, then by all means, thanks for coming by, and I will be back. Alright guys, I am back. This should work. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're back in business. Let's see, back to... what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking at this thing. I kind of like this. I feel like this could be super handy, especially where it's got the, you know, the telehandler aspect, but it's a, you know, it's basically a forklift at the same time. I think the problem though is that I need, I need diesel. Diesel barrel. Alright. Let me just check chat real quick. Sorry if I missed anything. Hey, what's going on, Faber? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Sorry you caught me at when I was walking the pups, but I am back now. Thanks for the welcomes. I hope you all are having a wonderful night, and thank you for joining me on this spectacular journey that we are having. Alright. So I guess the ultimate question is, oh wow, he changed it. Oh, that's cool. These are Quiet Hitmans, but they're different on PC. Great White North. That's cool. I mean, the other way to do it, I'm trying to think, wait, don't I have, sorry, I know I'm like all over the place right now. Don't I have a, what is that? That might be nothing, but I believe that's water. Is that fuel? Or is that like slurry? Does anyone know? Because I could have sworn it said there was fuel on this. You know what? I'll try it. I know this thing needs fuel, so we shall give it a try. Am I still connected? Yes, I am. Alright. This guy is really low on fuel. Oh, seeing he doesn't even want to start. He needs maintenance too. Everything needs maintenance. God. The only downside to the... I mean, I like it. It makes it more interesting. But the fact that, like, everything needs maintenance constantly. Alright. Huh? No. I gotta get this thing, like... Alright, it's not there. Where is it? I know it's on the map. I saw it earlier. I'm right at it. Oh, unless it's one you gotta fill first. Might be one you have to fill first. Not sure. Well, that makes things a little bumping into everything. This is why I don't drive with a keyboard. Because it's rough. So, fuel. Diesel, 8,000 liters. So that's an 8,000 liter capacity tank, which is actually pretty cool. So, I'm not gonna do it right this second, but I'm gonna end up having to fill that tank so I actually have diesel on the farm. Although I do like that, the fact that it's like, okay, you have diesel here, but it's not just magic. It's not like, oh, here's a diesel pump that just so happens to have a magical unlimited amount of diesel. Always and forever. Like you actually have to fill it. Alright. So, I need stuff that needs diesel. My truck is down at the shop. And my mower's still going. Which I should probably check that. That's almost out of diesel too. Okay. So the main thing is I need diesel. So I think maybe I'll go to... If I go to the store, I can buy a couple diesel pallets for now. Because I think... I'll probably need DEF too at some point. So if I get... diesel. Alright. Two. Do two? What are these? 2,200 liters a piece. So that's 40 something hundred. That should be enough. I mean, it'll be well over enough, but I'm thinking if I can transfer this, and I don't know if this works with the manure system, like if I can hook a hose to hook it in, or if I can just empty it into it. I guess we'll find out. Hey, Faber. I'm doing alright. Just living the PC life. Trying to figure out everything, and I mean, I know bits and pieces and things from console, but you know how everything doesn't always translate properly, and so just trying to figure out some of the mods that I've got installed, and also deciding what I want to do. Let's see, herbicide, fertilizer, milk, slurry, water, diesel, def. Oh, it does have def too. Okay, so we're gonna get one def tank too. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and because I feel like switching shit around, we are going to actually take my Manitou and we're going to sell it. I think. I don't know if this is the best idea, but we're going to do it. And I know I could have teleported it back and actually drove it in and sold it for more, but I don't care. So we're going to get the Teletruck. Main color, you know me. Rim color, you still know me. So, black on black. Maybe not. Let's see what else we got. Alright, I might go yellow. Yellow with black rims. Beacon down, beacon up. And I don't need global positioning system because it's a Teletruck thing. Alright. I'm gonna buy it. That's a lot of cash. But it will come in handy, and I only technically paid about half that because I sold the other one. So, hopefully it'll all work itself out in the end. We shall see. But the fact that it's got the telehandler attachment, I think will be, oh shit, son. Yep, I still need, now here's the only thing I'm not sure. Who was it? Was it Steve that was telling me about this? Is he still in here? Hey Steve, if you're still in here, or anybody else who's used this mod before, just before I go killing myself over it, does it take telehandler attachments, or does it take... Okay, telehandlers. Okay, so it should be a telehandler. I would assume because it says teletruck, but where it's kind of a telehandler slash forklift. I was just double checking. Yeah, I love the color black. It's the reflectivity and the way it shines and everything is just fantastic. Alright, let's go get ourselves a telehandler fork. And here comes the CSZ. Because why not? I could go big bag handler, but you know what? I'm not going to. Single fork carriage. Yep. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not cool. Oh, I'm gonna have to change that. Hold on. Why is... Sorry, I've got to find... Shit. I have to find the... God, I can't even think of it now. Courseplay. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Ah, that's gonna drive me nuts. Alright, sorry, I won't make you guys watch this. Let me dig it around with this. I'll have to do this at another time. Basically, you extend the boom, right? Like, if I'm using the mouse, if your left click and you up down, your left right you tilt. Well, your right click and your forward and in is your telehandling. But my right click is also my courseplay menu putter upper thing, which sounds retarded, but you know what I mean. I mean, I can use, oh, yeah, I can do that. I really, really wish somebody would fix that with the, like, the telehandlers. Okay, so if I use my side panel, I got my up, down, left, right is the thing, and then the twist is the door, right? So, twist is opening and closing the door. Well, why don't you have the open and close the door on a different button and have the twist actually, like, move the telehandler boom out. That's one thing that drives me nuts. Don't tell me it's not right. It says telehandler. Unless it's not supposed to use telehandler attachments. That would be stupid. But it may. You never know. Alright. Round 2. They don't even have it listed. Shoot. I guess I should have just stuck with my other vehicle, because I can't seem to figure out what goes on this. Anybody? Bueller? It says telehandler, so you'd assume telehandler. I just tried a telehandler forks. That didn't work unless it's under miscellaneous. Hatchet X. Now, granted, I know that's for the sprayer, but that's actually kind of cool. JCB. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Is there not an attachment adapter for them? I don't know. Is this skid steer loader? I don't know. It's under miscellaneous, like the fork trucks are, but when you look at it, like when you pick it, I know it says tele truck here, but it actually on the bottom says telehandlers are used to stack and load various goods. But actual telehandlers have, you know, these like connectors, which this doesn't. This has, like, there's another one that got those, right? They got the big hooks on them. This doesn't. Unless I'm being dumb and it's got to be tilted forward, or maybe it opens up. I'm not quite sure. I'll look real quick, see if it's got any other. Bale spike, shovels. Oh god, I've got tons of JCBs. Look at these. 2 different versions from 2 different packs, all in the mod hub. I do love me some JCBs though. Let me see real quick. What if I go... Like I said, unless I was being dumb and I had to like tilt it forward more for it to get the okay to connect. Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, but it's weird because it kept saying telehandler, so I'm like, okay, well maybe it's just looks weird, you know? So that's skid steer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It looks more like a skid steer, but okay, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Like that, right? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is a skid steer. Alright, we'll get this one because this one will also strap down. And it's black. Yeah, tires already looks like it's flat. Low on air. Can I get air on aisle 3? Quickly now. Oh! Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's gonna be great. Fantastic. Alright. Let's do this. Let's put our new fanciful truck to work. Shoot. Does that? No, it doesn't. Okay. I couldn't remember if these pallet forks spread, you know, and they don't. I don't think. No, that's the window. You know what? Let's open the window. Let's get some fresh air. There are no seasons here. Alright. Whoop. Ooh. She's a little hefty. She's a little, is it just me, or the tires going into the map? It looks like it's swimming in concrete. Strange. Hey, what's going on, Marty? How you doing, buddy? See, I thought so too, but they didn't have the ones I wanted. When you go into skid steer, I don't like the carriage-free ones. They flop. These. They like flop. Which I guess really doesn't matter. But, I mean, it's really not an issue. The issue at the moment is that this thing is like nose diving and its back wheels are practically off the ground. I mean, I get it that the pallets probably aren't light, but so how you doing, Marty? It's good to see you, buddy. Spread them forks. They're spread as far as they can. She ain't getting any looser. There is, buddy. But you know, that's what this barrel's for. It's a barrel full. You know, sadly I'm not impressed with this tele thingy. I'll tell you what, I'm about ready to go back to my old fork truck. Which is depressing. Alright. I heard such good things. You know what it'll be, they'll come out with a thing in a day or 3 and It's gotta be something on the map though, because not only does this sink way down, but everything's jittery as hell. Which I don't remember ever having any problems with these particular pallets on this map with this vehicle, but I will say it was released a few months, 6 months ago now, maybe more. It was that little yellow fork truck that came out, a little dinky one, and it was like the same thing, like any of these pallets from this pack would like either shoot off the forks or it just didn't like it. It worked fine with regular ones, but carriage-free ones work nice, actually. It needs no glitching, and I think you can stiffen them up so that it won't move too much. Yeah, and not only that, I know I know either of the CSC ones are nice because you can actually turn off the collision. Yeah, you do, Marty. What the hell, man? You know? Here I am making content for you. I even came up with if I ever get into modding, I even came up with my own tractor brand, and I'm going to call it Jim Durr. And all the tractors are going to be brown. And it's for you, buddy. Oh, Marty, I like that comment. That's a good one. Oh, I do have added realism, yeah. I've got too many mods on here, but I like the added realism. It's nice when it comes to realism. Like the tilting and the swaying and all that shit. Yeah. Just wiggle it in there. That's how she do. Yeah. Let me tell you a story about a guy named Dave. Dave didn't like his pallets being touched. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda want to throw it in the back of the truck, but I don't want to break the truck. My poor little truck. Alright. We'll get this shit on here. And then we'll get our JCB, so that'll be all the diesel we should need. We've got all our maintenance pallets. The only other thing I really should probably think about is I wonder if I could buy some cow food. Oh, it doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Because my cows still have no food whatsoever. We'll take 20. I figured you would, buddy. I always wiggle it. Always. Alright, so that should hopefully be everything we need. I really do feel like I need... One second, I'm trying to figure out... I mean, hay, alfalfa, clover... Oh, they eat hay. That could work. Maize silage, grass silage, alfalfa silage, grass, clover, fresh maize. There's so much stuff I can feed them. I think I'll buy couple bales of hay, maybe. I feel like I should... I'll take this back. I'll worry about that after. Not gonna lie though, and maybe you're right, maybe it's the added realism, or maybe it's something else, but I'm not loving this thing so far. This particular vehicle. Come on. Seriously? You're not even gonna get on here? Because you're too far in the ground. Alright, you can do it. I believe in you. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Except for the fact that... Alright, let's see if we can like fuck physics right up. Come on. I feel like this is gonna go badly. Okay. I also don't know how to engage straps via keyboard. There. Alright. And home we go. Oh, that was a bit too far. For straps, Marty? I'm actually going to get out and try this because I do not know. Nope. Nope. No L. Nice. I don't know. Well, it's not on mine. You talking about in vehicle or individually? Because individually, L does not work. Oh, from inside the vehicle. Yeah, well that I'm not worried about because I can do that. I just use my steering wheel. I've got my right clicky and my R3 on my steering wheel. But thank you though, it does still help. Alright, we're gonna listen to the sweet sounds of my supercharger. Hey, what's going on, Joe Mac? How you doing, buddy? Well, my shit's still holding on, so okay, now comes the hard part. tell you what, man. I don't know if it's because it's a big ass dually or what, but it does not like this turn whatsoever. And it's bouncy because of the air ride. Let's hope we don't bounce that right off the back. He's getting a little jumpy. But yeah, buddy, I'm doing well. I hope you're also doing well. R for out of vehicle. Okay. Well, that's cool. Truck is a bit dodgy. Hey, don't, don't, don't you hit me with your bad puns. Be messing with my... And technically it's not a Dodge anymore, it's a Ram. Because they separated. So it's a Ram now. Yeah, that's right. But thank you for your cruel jokes about my poor little truck. Oh man. This is why we love you, Marty. You're good people. Hold on, bud. I'm gonna fix your blankie. Yeah, there you go, buddy. I don't want you getting cold. Yeah. Let's ram more Dodge. Well, you know, depends on who you're doing. It really is. I will agree. It really is. But you know what? I don't care because this thing looks fantastic. And then on top of that, if you're into this sort of thing, you know, let's see. You got the air ride. So you can drop it right down to the ground. It doesn't like it, obviously, when it's connected to a trailer, but either way, I still like it. There's another one, there's an old, like, 90s Cummins that's really cool, too. God, there's some dirt on my tire. Alright. Let's see if we can do this without... It's just... Okay, Marty, was that supposed to be Snuggle Ram or Struggle Ram? Oh, that's cool, man. I'm good right at the moment. So, wish you guys, I mean, if you guys gotta go, be my guest, but I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer. It's actually, for a change, I actually started streaming earlier instead of later. It's only 9, 9:15 where I am. Oh yeah, by the way, so, other Ram trucks I got this one, which actually is quite decent looking. Got some fancy wheels. I can't remember if I have actually run it yet though. This one is fantastic. It goes well. Um, looks nice. It's got some options. Like get your fancy like off-road Baja runner, blah blah blah. Then of course the Hell truck that I'm running now. This one, I'm trying to remember who the hell this is by. This is a fantastic mod. Marty, honestly, in real life, yeah, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I completely agree with you. I'm a car mechanic, so yeah, to me it's I think the only reason it appeals to me, at least in game, is because to me it's like you come in all lifted normal and then you set it on the ground when you park it. It's like a transformer. And I grew up on Transformers, so Joe, I completely agree. I actually completely agree, but the problem is obviously you know how it is in Farm Sim. If I put them on the end, I wouldn't be able to get the forklift in front of them unless there was like a loading dock that happened to be even with it. Too much brown water. Oh yeah, so Chevy 1500, here you go, Marty. This thing is by Carl Farms, and this thing is fantastic because vehicle service. You can basically pull up to a vehicle and you hit the key and it opens the bed and pulls out a little laptop and it gives you a checkered box next to this so you can basically repair, maintain, or do whatever change options on a vehicle on the fly just by having this truck. It's actually really cool. I saw someone using it once, so I made sure I got it. Um, then I got another Rebel. That one's just a Rebel. And I don't know why I have three versions of the Hell truck. It's really weird because they're different horsepowers and shit and different speeds and whatnot. And then of course I got the NMC Rambler, which is a Ram. And then I got a flatbed Ram. Oh, this one, 92 Cummins. This thing's this thing's pretty nice. Sounds good. I downloaded it. I haven't actually looked at it though. Like I said before, for me, unfortunately, I don't use trucks that often, and to be honest, I actually like the 9000 better than the Phoenix myself initially. But I will say nowadays, especially after playing a lot of ATS, the Phoenix has grown on me. Tell you right now, that's how to do it. Woohoo. Ah, oh, Trilux rims. Nice. Speaking of which, any of you guys who play... Ah, yeah, look at those beasts. Any of you guys who play ATS, Small Power More Jam, Painted Brown. I'm not actually buying this. He was asking about it and I was like, I figured I'd peek at it, but I don't need a rig. Plus I can't afford it, so. Yeah, I don't really know what he did to it. I didn't look at the, that looks nice though. Okay, we're getting out of that for now. I forget what I was doing. Did I put the window down? I did not. It just looked like it. Alright. I need to get this stuff off the stuff. TLX flatbed times 2 for yet. I think I've seen it. Like I said, I mean, to be completely honest, I don't really... I preferred the 9000 to the Phoenix initially, and I don't really use... either of them. I haven't used the wrecker body or anything like that. I haven't even used it once just to play around with it because I haven't needed it. Plus, I don't know what I would use it for. Ooh. Come on, sinky tires. Let's go see if we can deposit some of this. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll try. Okay. How do I... I'm not gonna lie, I might have to get rid of this thing. This is driving me nuts. This whole... I'm gonna sink into the ground and... Okay, well that kinda sucks. I can't actually load into it from here. I love PC. I'm trying to remember if I do. I might. I don't think I have it active though if I do. I've got a bunch of... I've got the added realism for vehicles, I got the manual attach, I got the the traction thing, the four-wheel drive thing, the real dirt fix, the one that leaves tracks behind, the one that kills like grass or lowers it a stage when you drive over it. God, I've got so many like non-specific vehicle, like I've got so many mods that do little things like that. I've got the def mod. Obviously I'm sitting here with def on the thing, but I really am not loving this fucking JCB. I kinda wish I had just kept the other thing. Well, I don't know how the hell you would unload into it. Yeah, I knew it did, but this is literally the only thing in the game so far that sank wheels. And it did it more so at the shop. It's not really sinking unless I have stuff on it. I thought it might be, I think Halim said it might be the added realism mod. Because actually the back wheels right now with nothing on it are kind of iffy. But they're bulging out. Like this one looks like it's flat. The left front one. I don't know if it's the angle I'm at or what, but... Alright, screw it, so I'll just leave them there for now then. The pallets. I'm using an awkward combination of mouse, keyboard, steering wheel, pedals, all at the same time. It's interesting. But in answer to your question, I absolutely love PC, and not just for farm sim. Like, everything I've done on PC so far has made me love it that much more. And I initially, before I first got it and after getting it, I was like, you know what, I'm totally gonna get a PlayStation 5 as well, and then I'll do both. And I was like, you know what, screw it, I don't want a PlayStation 5. I'm all set with consoles. Nothing against them, each to their own, you know. I don't hate consoles, I just don't want them. I'm like, PC's better for me. You know, and again, that's another thing that people get hung up on, is personal choice. But for me, PC is fantastic. The freedom, the ability to do what we do. And I've only scratched the surface. You gotta remember, like, a lot of you guys have been PC your whole lives or a long, long time. And I mean, granted, I played PC 15, 20 years ago for a handful of years back in like the Windows 98 and the MS-DOS days and shit like that. You know, TIE Fighter EXE and stuff, but not the way it is today, you know. So, come on, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Getting so much slippage. Don't tilt forward. Don't you do it. No, no, no. But yeah, no, I had forgotten how much I enjoyed PC. I think my biggest hang-up, honestly, and a lot of people, I think a lot of console players probably think the same, or assume the same thing, is that they've been on console so long, or they've been on a controller so long that thinking of trying to control with a mouse and keyboard just seems either more complicated or more of a pain in the ass, or, you know, whatever, more of a learning curve, depending on the person. Like I said, I grew up, I played Aliens versus Predator back on the day, you know, where it was a first-person shooter, but it was like, you know, PC. So, I mean, I've played all kinds of games on PC way back. And, I mean, the concepts haven't really changed that much. Right. But I mean, the other aspects too, I mean, granted, I mean, yeah, okay, now you can, you know, on PlayStation 5, they're like, oh, now you can picture-in-picture, which you've been able to do forever on PC. But I mean, they still haven't helped mods. And you gotta think, yes, I do. Either through Steam or, you know, downloading drivers or something. You know, there's ways to do it. I don't need the controller though. Honestly, most games I play, I either play with the mouse and keyboard or I play with the steering wheel. Like ATS, with the exception of, you know, F5 and F6 for, like, you know, checking the distance to my stop or something. I don't even use anything but the steering wheel and the pedals and the shifter or the side panel. And the other cool part is, because I have the side panel, once I figure out a way to rig up a secondary extension off my racing rig so I can have my side panel mounted to it as well as my shifter at the same time, and potentially make wings so I could have my HOTAS on there too, I could do everything from one spot. It'd be fantastic. But the fact that I could map other buttons to other things and basically turn my side panel into a button box for ATS. Sorry, now I'm tangenting. But not only no slot count, right? But no limit to the amount of mods you can have. And not just mods on farms. Every game has mods. Just about every game, period, has mods. Like Grand Theft Auto. You want to roleplay some Grand Theft Auto? Go on PC. You know what I mean? Or, yeah, same here, Halim. Or snow. Like, you know, if they didn't do the snow mask correctly, then you get the snow coming right through the roof. I bought a pre-built setup, which I'm actually very happy with. It's basically, I buy power, and my mouse and keyboard is basically an RGB version of that, which I don't care so much about the RGB, but it came with the computer, so whatever. Alright, we're gonna go put this thing away before I talk forever. was going to go there, but I'm actually going to put this over there. Yeah, so I don't know how much longer I might end up getting rid of this thing. I'm not liking it. But we'll see if it'll hold on a little more. But yeah, I mean, literally, mods for every game you can think of. Not just, you know, the one that everyone's oohing and eyeing over. Oh, Joe Mack. I don't know if you're still in here, buddy. But if you are, I did end up getting, I did end up getting ETS2, so there may be streams of that at some point in the future. I feel like Joe Mack left. Oh, Joe Mack. Don't leave me, buddy. Alright, so, yeah. Yeah, you get the iBuyPower. I like them. They seem to be solid. I checked it all over afterward. Um, you know, I'm happy with it. And I got my whole system's AMD, so I don't have to worry about Intel's bullshit or Nvidia's bullshit. And all the like overclocking software and upgrade kind of like suite that comes with um, the GPU works on the CPU as well because they're both the same, so that's nice too. I don't know. It's a good setup. I like it. All right. Look at how many sheds I have. I've got sheds everywhere. I'm like not even using any of them. Everything's parked in like the silage pit. That's quality right there. You don't get that at just any farm. Alright, so I can do it one of two ways, I guess. I've got 2 containers full of diesel. So I can either A, take my water tanker, which doesn't have water in it anymore, and put the diesel in that to put in the other container. Stop rocking and rolling. Or I can just use it out of the barrels, which I don't think matters. What do you mean? What do you mean default drive? Although I will say, every single game I have, I end up remapping keys and changing all kinds of shit just because I can't stand the way a lot of shit is set up. So just about everything in most of the games I have, like ATS, I've remapped keys to suit me. Like the whole steering wheel is remapped from what they put it as. It's the only, not a big deal, but I don't like the fact that when I get out of this, I'm like standing on the roof. And what do you mean default drive? You're gonna have to explain that a little bit, because there's so many things you could mean, and I don't know what it is. Alright. Maintenance required, yes I know. Alright. Alright, I like the maintenance mod thing. I do like it, but it does seem like it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Especially since apparently it can kind of like wear down just by sitting there. So. Can I not get diesel? I don't need to have like a... Can I not get... Huh. Yeah, see, mine's similar. I've got 2 drives total. My C drive is 500, and it's M.2 NVMe. And then my 1 terabyte is an old school, like, spinning hard drive. And those are the only 2 memories I have. But I figure, I mean, I could always save up and buy a decent SATA, because I'm pretty sure I've only got one M.2 in my PC. But my main thing was, getting a PC, getting it set up, and then... See, really, I don't have that problem. Everything I've bought off Steam, or even the couple I've got off Epic, mainly because they give you free games, um, I've had really good luck with. I'm confused. No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, am I being stupid? Is there a different way to fill? Because of the mods I have, do I have to do it differently? Am I being stupid? Let's see. Into vehicle. Seriously? I had to open cover, which unfolded my reflectors. Oh, you're gonna kill me, aren't you? Okay, so if I close, it's not gonna do it. Okay. Maybe I'm too close? Let me see if I go over to this, just for the hell of it. See if it does def. Okay, well that's not cool. So apparently I can't feel my tractor. Alright, Halim. Well, buddy, thanks for coming in. It was good to have you here. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not going nuts. I don't have a ton of time, so I'm not gonna make a bunch of different episodes and various series. This is basically it. What I'm doing right now is gonna be it till 22. So it's probably gonna be Sundays, just because it seems to be the easiest to do. And it's also the time when the least amount of other farm sim content creators seem to make their stuff. So, if anything changes, I'll try and figure out how to set up the whole premiere thing so you know ahead of time that it's coming, but if not, it'll probably be Sundays. So, you take care, Halim. Like I said, it was good to see you. And I'm probably not going to be on too much longer myself, especially where I'm running into so many little issues right now. Or maybe I can't fuel because the maintenance is required. That'd be a pain in the ass. We're going to... Oh, my tractors are down like permanently. I know they said you should use it with the seasons. Alright, Marty. Well, thanks again for coming. Thanks, not Marty. It's good to see you too. Alright, well, you guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Yeah, I think that's gonna end up doing it for me as well. So anybody still in chat, if you're still here, I think we're gonna call that a day, and I'll try and figure out some of these issues on my own time so that when we come back in there are no more issues. So, but yeah, so like I said, thanks for coming by, and I'll get some shit sorted, and we'll make another run for it, at least you know, if not sooner, then probably next Sunday. So, take care, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you